But let's get into some music.
Let's
Albert,
go.
you want to talk about this soundtrack? What is it?
Judas and the Messiah soundtrack
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because the
for
movie
this.
just came out on HBO Max. That's where you could stream it if you haven't seen it yet. Uh,
Oh, Judas and the
oh,
Black Messiah.
wait a minute. We have to get to Confused Loser Boy.
Tough.
Sorry for the fans out there. I know you have a lot of fans. What is your group called? Like Beyonce, she has the Beehive. Nikki, she has the Barbs, the
I guess
Barbies.
I guess it would be the loser highs or the confused highs.
This man got the Al Greens.
Yeah, last episode that people were hitting me up there like you were promoting the album incorrectly. It's not Confused Lover Boy, it's Confused Loser Boy. So I want to apologize here for making that mistake. Your fans, they really do take that seriously. So how did those first week numbers go as far as album sales?
We doing good, baby. We doing good. Valentine's Day was the other day, so everybody went out, copped the album. And it's these when it comes back in, a couple more days, it's gonna be record-breaking numbers.
Record low.
So are you streaming or is it pure album sales, like pure copies? I
It's
know that
pure
you're
copies. I don't
yeah,
like
you-
streaming.
Okay.
okay. So CDs, or can people like get cassette tapes and all that kind of stuff?
Well,
Vinyls?
you can
Man, convert it back to vinyls.
you get CDs, but you could go on www.clb.com and get a digital copy forever.
Oh,
Okay.
I like it. I like it. All right. Well, we'll come back to get the updated first week album sales. Kyra, you giving it over under 14?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give it over because we got some loyal pod ties, some loyal.
Let's
Okay.
go.
You know what I'm saying? We have over 400, loyal fans out there, so they'll give it a listen.
It's just like
Yep.
this shirt worldwide.
If there are only 3 album sales, Albert, out of us 4, who didn't buy it?
Jeff.
What's up, Podsters? Welcome back to Pod Ties. This is episode. What episode is it?
45.
45.
Get it.
Let's go.
All right, we're already starting off great.
Oh man, I'm losing count of these episodes, man. I didn't know what episode you was on.
I am 1/4 of Pod Ties, Dylan, and these are my brother / co-hosts, Jeff. Drip Jeff in the building is not in the building tonight, but we do have Albert, the original,
Let's go.
and the guy. He's basically like the LeBron James
Ooh,
of podcasting. He never takes a day off.
never.
The one, the only, King Kyron.
Yes, sir.
Whoa. Hold on now.
That's my gamer tag.
No. Slow down with the king talk. I'm the only one with the crown around here.
Oh, you see my car in Rocket League. Had a crown.
And he's Mr. Pick Six.
I guess.
You're the king of LA.
True.
All right, well, let's talk about Judas and the Black Messiah, the inspired album. Hit Boy, he executive produced it. That
Yeah.
was a good choice.
That
Man, that
man's
was
on a
a
run.
man. Then the lineup on there, like all the features, the featured artists, it was star studded. So you want
Mhm.
to go through that track list or your faves?
Yeah. Obviously, I wasn't even looking forward to the movie. I didn't even hear about the movie until like they posted it on Nipsey Hussle's Instagram account that he had a track on there. That was like, dang, I'm gonna check it out. So I was waiting for the song with him and Jay-Z, which is called "What It Feels Like," more than I was for the movie. Then I watched the movie. I was like, man, I definitely got to go back and re-listen to the songs on there. Um, so a couple of tracks that stood out to me, like you said, this lineup is crazy on there. Like Nas got his own song on there. It's called EPMD. That one's cold. Hit Boy had a song on there where he rapped himself. I was like, wow, that was crazy. Uh, Lil Durk got a song on there, On Your Mind.
Mhm.
Um, who else? Pooh Shiesty. I downloaded that one. It's called No Profanity. I
Man,
got
this
that
dude's
one.
he's on a ride right now. Like his wave
Exactly.
is huge.
He sounds just like Gucci too.
Sure does.
Uh, Dom Kennedy, he got a good song in there called "Respect My Mind." Um, Rakim got a song on there. It's the last song on
Dang.
the track. Yeah, it's called "Black Messiah." Um, Her got a song on there. It's called "Fight for You." That's pretty much like the one of the main songs of the album. So
Mm.
uh, that whole album just was dope. The soundtrack was dope for me, especially the Nipsey Hussle and Jay-Z song. That one just took it over the top for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I always joke about Jay-Z, right? But
That
he was
was
spitting on there, as he usually does when it comes to like albums like this.
mhm.
And the record was just beautifully produced. I like the outro at the end with the singing, and
Yeah.
Nip did his thing on there. But that's I actually heard this somewhere else. That's basically what you would get out of a Nip song or a project. Like
Mhm.
that's just how he sounded all the time. So it
Yeah.
was great that they were able to have his sound like that was his sound still,
Yeah.
and that Jay-Z was able to really Jay-Z could fit in on any song really, especially on a sound like that. That's still
Definitely.
because Nip he's always been kind of like that old school type of rap anyway. But that was
Mhm.
a great collab.
Yeah, it was definitely a dope and powerful album. I didn't get through the whole thing, but just the ones that I did get through, I was like, dang. So yeah, I gotta watch that movie next.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
movie
mean
was dope.
it was just diverse too. Like you have Black Thought, and then you have, as you said, Lil Durk on the same album. Who would have thought that?
Hmm.
Exactly.
Um, then it was powerful like that first track with Fred Hampton Jr., Fred
Mhm.
Hampton's
Yo,
son, just to be on there. And then they had like the sound bite from Fred Hampton. That was a powerful moment just to have his son on there, and you know, obviously he's following his father's footsteps by still being involved in like the whole Black Panther movement. He and his mom. So I thought that was really cool. And Fight for You by her. I mean,
Mhm.
she's just probably one of the most talented artists in the game today. And I thought that was powerful. The way the song started off, it reminded me of like a 1970s soulful song about, you know, power of the people and,
Yeah.
fighting for justice and all that. So yeah, beautiful project. I really enjoyed it.
yo,
Also got exposed to some artists that I hadn't heard of before. Like I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this person's name wrong. Sorry if I am, but Shmino or Samino, song with Saba, Plead the 45th.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that song went hard. And then I already knew Masego,
Yeah.
Something Ain't Right, but JID and Rhapsody, like that's just those three on a song. That's like automatically gonna be dope.
Mhm.
So, well, how'd you feel about the movie itself, Albert?
I loved it. I loved it. I knew about Fred Hampton, but this gave me more insight into it because this is actually Jay-Z's rapped about, a couple times, like even on Watch the Throne. I think it's Murder to Excellence or one of the songs with him and Kanye West. he talks about, being born on the day that, Fred Hampton was killed, pretty
Mm.
much. Um, but yeah, the acting was great. We got two like up and coming actors, and they dominated the screen, and it definitely spoke to the times that of those days, but it also spoke to these times, right? It definitely um they showcased that they portrayed it and showcased what something that I felt like that's something that we needed to know, right? A lot
Mm.
of people don't really, you hear about it, but you don't. This makes you sit down and actually like, hey, this is like what actually happened. Like you can go and through the Freedom of Information Act, you can find out about these things, right? The COINTELPRO, the FBI spying on black leaders throughout this time. So I definitely love the movie.
Looked intense in previews, man. Real intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to spoil it because it is such a great movie and impactful in so many ways, and you walk away definitely learning a lot about the Black Panther Party because
Yeah.
we know just like, well, for myself, I knew just like the bare minimum about the party
Right.
and how they try to revolutionize uh their revolutionary ideologies and how they were just trying to push the boundaries. But Daniel Kaluuya,
Hmm.
I'd always just called him the Get Out guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Both of them were in Get Out.
yeah, that's true. But after this role, I have to call him by his real name because the fact that I didn't even notice because I actually watched a Breakfast Club interview. I didn't even know that he had an accent, like he's from the UK.
Yeah.
Didn't
Mhm.
know that at all. And it was very impressive not only to get rid of that accent, but to pick up Fred Hampton's accent because that's
Exactly.
difficult. It seems I can't even do that. That
I
takes a
can't
lot of
either.
studying. Like that accent was crazy. Like I was at times, I'm glad I had the captions on. I was like, what is he even saying with that?
Yeah.
But after like listening to like actual Fred Hampton sound bites or footage and stuff of his speeches, it was pretty spot on. Like he did a
Hmm.
great job. And then you were talking about the other guy who was on Get Out, Lakeith Stanfield,
Hmm.
him
Mhm.
playing Wild Bill, William O'Neill. That was also great. Big fan of his because of Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy on there. He was just always that guy that didn't really seem to give uh he didn't really care about too much. He just kind of went with the motions, it seemed.
Yeah.
And Jesse Plemons, the guy from Like Mike, that's
Oh yeah.
he plays
Ah,
really good roles of being an antagonist.
Yeah. He,
yeah.
do-
He's
he
the
does.
yeah, he's the FBI agent. But yeah, just a great cast from on the movie side and then also the soundtrack. But then you had like Dominique Fishback who played Deborah.
Hmm.
Uh, she did a great job. So yeah, I can go on and on about the movie, but definitely don't want to spoil it. I know if I keep going, I'll probably say something. But yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
to
I didn't.
hand over that password.
It was crazy that Fred Hampton was only 21 when he was
What?
assassinated. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be the to be that like high ranked in the Black
Yeah.
Panther Party is pretty astonishing.
Dang.
You think about what we were doing, we were 21. It definitely wasn't trying to like better the world, but those are different times. Even though we're still fighting those same fights,
Right.
it just seems like back then people were so young. You think about like um, all the different activists in those times.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy for real. I was like, bro, what?
Yeah,
21.
we watching them tomorrow, both of them.
Really good. Like Medgar Evers, I think when he was assassinated, he was super young too. Yeah, pretty young. I mean, even MLK, like for all the stuff that he did, for the world that made a lasting impact. He wasn't even like 40 years old yet, right? I think
Yeah, something
like
like that.
38.
Yeah, I think high 30s.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
super crazy. Well, two great soundtracks projects. You had Confused Loser Boy and Judas and the Black Messiah. So you had one that wasn't too serious, It's just a love story told by Albert himself, and then one about the movement and empowering one another.
You definitely thought what's name was gonna drop, huh?
Drake,
Yeah.
I thought about it Sunday, and I was like, nah, probably not. I just think I think a lot of these big artists, they're just waiting for people to get back outside.
Yeah.
Really.
Ah,
I
yeah.
think that's why he gave us the Dark Lanes demo tape. He was like, I'm gonna give them this just to kind of hold them for a little while. But nowadays with streaming, those projects don't really last as long as they used to. So we're always wanting
No.
another project immediately afterwards.
Hmm.
But I did think something was coming Sunday, but I think he's just trying to wait. I think he's trying to feel what's
Yeah.
going on right now, and
Yeah.
with stuff being shut down still, I don't think he's ready to give us a major project like this
If he
quite
didn't
yet.
drop another album, there's only a couple of people. I say like 7, 8 people. They never dropped another album. Like his legacy is already cemented.
Yeah.
You don't think he'll drop one?
Oh no, I know. I think he'll drop one. But I'm just saying, like if he didn't, like for some reason.
Right. That he's already like cemented.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think if he went out that way, that would be like a shot A thing to do. Like
Yeah.
go into the darkness and you're basically like a ghost now, even though you're still living.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which I don't see him doing that. I think once he drops this, he may stay on a little bit longer, but then he's gonna venture out. Like he's been doing, like he's already producing shows like Euphoria and he has his name and stuff in that. So I think he'll probably get back into like if not acting himself, he'll get into that movies and TV shows and just producing because he has the money to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I
Either
can see
you
that.
die as a hero or live long enough to see yourself as a villain.
And I can never get that right the first time, but I think that's like one of the most accurate lines in a movie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it seems so true. Like sometimes you can overstay your welcome.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. And that can apply to music. That can apply to being even just an actor, actress.
Mhm.
Apply to
Anything.
yeah. And it can apply to like the Justice League.
Hey, what were you thinking about the Zack Snyder cut?
It can't be worse than the first one.
Did we watch the same trailer?
Man, it cannot be, bro. The first one was so bad.
Honestly, it looked like the same trailer from. They look like the same.
I thought it was.
I'm like, am I tripping? Until I seen Doom, but it looks like the same exact movie.
How
I
do you have?
saw the last part where Jared Leto, who plays the Joker, he turned around and said something like Batman.
Yeah.
Showed his face.
He had long hair.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
But is it the same movie? Like, because I remember when the first Justice League came out, they were like, it was a extended version that, after editing and all that stuff, it didn't make the cut. Is this the same exact movie? Like,
No, because
I know Superman was dead in the other one.
Yeah. Snyder, he left the shooting of Justice League pretty early on because of family reason, something that happened in his family. So he left, and then another director came on and took over shooting, and I think spin it his own way.
Yeah.
spun it his own way, and then the fans just weren't feeling it. Like it, a lot of people kind of viewed it as a flop. So they started hearing about, well, Snyder did have something. You know,
Yeah.
he did have a lot, and so then people were like, all right, we want this, even if it's not finished. So if I think they kind of went back and actually tried to finish the film to make
Mm.
it a whole project, so it wasn't just incomplete. Because who would want to put out an incomplete project? I think that would probably be even worse. If I'm a fan, and a lot of times I already feel like I've been like shortchanged on some of
Yeah.
these movies. At the end, I'm like, really? That's how you're gonna leave me? Like, I don't feel fulfilled. Like I feel empty.
And the
Yeah.
So
cartoon was so dope, man.
yeah, it was.
Then how do you have Justice League? You have Cyborg, but how do you not have Martian Manhunter in Justice League?
Yeah, I don't understand.
They're
I
missing a
think
lot of people from Justice League, honestly.
I think they're
Yeah.
trying to get away from cartoons or comics because those comic book fans, the
Oh, they
people that
be
love
on
those
your
They
head.
cartoons,
tough, yeah.
yeah, yeah, if it's not spot on,
Some tough critics.
then they're gonna point it out. Like they know every little detail. So if something is lacking in a scene, they're gonna point it out, and you're gonna get a lot of backlash. So I think they're trying to come up with new ways to be creative, but I think the market for superhero films is just like oversaturated. Like there's just too much. Like
Yeah.
we have five different Batmans
Yeah.
at once, five different universes. Like I can't keep track. I don't know. You know, is Robert Pattinson gonna be in this one? Is it Ben Affleck? Is it Michael Keaton? Is it Adam West? I don't know who's in this one. Like it's too much.
Man.
It
So I,
definitely is too
I'm
much.
not asking for this film, but because I wasn't a fan of Superman versus Batman.
Yeah, that was
I wasn't.
garbage.
Yeah, and he directed this one, so
Mm,
I'm not really looking forward to it. But I'll watch it though.
yeah,
I will watch
definitely.
it.
After that last Wonder Woman, DC done turned me off, man.
Yeah, DC has to
They've
step it up.
been terrible.
Yeah. It's just nothing but L's, 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 L's.
That last Wonder Woman was man.
At this point, the only thing that's gonna save them is DC versus Marvel.
Oh, oh, a DC versus Mortal Kombat. Just do
Oh
the
yeah.
video game.
Yep.
Did you see that in the trailer for HBO Max? They're coming out with a new Mortal Kombat movie.
Nah, I ain't see it.
Yeah,
I
and
had seen the
they were showing like all the different titles at the end. Mortal
dang.
Kombat was one of them that popped up.
I had seen the cartoon Scorpion's Revenge or something like that. It was pretty
Mhm.
dope.
I haven't seen that,
Yeah.
but that
Y'all
was a
see what?
good video game though. If they can make that into a movie, I'll
Heck
definitely
yeah.
watch it.
Y'all see what Martin Scorsese said though about like films?
Uh,
Let me pull it up. Basically, he talks about like he like criticizes like the streaming platforms and basically a lot of like movies that have been made now, saying like, you know, movies aren't these movies that are coming out. It's not what films are made for. It's not it. They're like pretty much determined by how much money they're going to make versus like the quality that's coming out. So
Hmm.
he goes in depth, but that's pretty much like the gist of it, because he like talks about like the curating of films and stuff like that, like how having to like save like old films, like he invested money into like actually like saving older films like from different countries, and you know, just that whole process of like actually making like films these days. 'Cause I definitely feel like we're getting into the time of where like there's just too much movies, too many movies, too many TV shows that aren't of quality. It just whatever, you know, they have a high budget and they're just going to put it out, and then like the stuff that we do watch, it gets canceled after a couple seasons, you know, or they they make it too damn long. But it's like, man, I don't even want to watch it no
Oh
more.
yeah, keep
Like,
dragging it out.
yeah,
Exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I know when I go on Netflix or any of these streaming services platforms, I do get overwhelmed because it's like, all right, I don't want to go through 100 titles and try to pick one.
Yeah.
It's like, once I've gone through the 100, I'm like, I don't, really, I'm too tired now to even
You turned on
my
TV.
eyes. Yeah, my eyes. I just want to rest after going through and flicking and then having to read the description and
you
see if
just
this
watched
is
the
even
movie at that
worthwhile.
point.
Basically.
Basically,
Yeah, Netflix. I don't get along with Netflix.
It's too many streaming platforms, really. Like it's everybody has a streaming platform these days, and it's like, all right, obviously cable was too damn much. We paid like cable is expensive
It
for
was
no reason.
exactly. It was never anything on.
Exactly. It's more expensive than Wi-Fi. It's like, bro, how? Like, and it's like I'm the type of person I like old movies because it's like all the new stuff that's being created. It's hard to see if it's gonna be good or not. Like,
So many
like
mixed reviews on them. You don't know which way to go.
Exactly.
yeah. I know. I was actually having this conversation earlier, like with Netflix. I feel like sometimes when you're the pioneer or something, after a while you get left behind because then something else comes and improves on it, and then usually the pioneer is not open-minded
Yeah.
Enough to
to,
innovate.
yeah, or to just stay with the times.
Right.
They think that what they've done is to be and stay successful will remain, will keep them successful, and then sometimes that's not the case, and then you become prehistoric. So it'll be interesting to see what Netflix does. I know that they're trying to push out a whole bunch of their own content now that they're being forced to, because with Disney they pulled a lot of their stuff off because they were like, why are we just getting royalty checks from Netflix to
Yep.
allow them to have our stuff on there? We can have our own streaming service and have people pay a subscription fee
Yep.
and probably get so much more money. And then you have
Oh
like
yeah.
NBC doing the same thing, and HBO Max, Warner Brothers, all, it's I understand why they're doing it, but it does seem like for us as the consumer is, at least when Netflix was like the one and only, like when they were the monopoly of streaming services, at least there was just one place where you can go. Now they're all competing for our attention. It's like, all right, who am I going to give my attention to today? And that makes you even more overwhelmed. So I definitely see where you're coming from. It's just the
It's
age
like
of,
the music. It's like music. It's like everybody's going to Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify. Like it's so many places to get music from. It's like, bro,
Gotta pick
now
and choose what you
I'm
want to
paying like 30 different people $5.99, and it's like, bro, what?
Yep. Gotta pick and choose what you want, man. It's crazy.
It is.
yeah, HBO Max. We keep talking about them and their content because right now they seem to be the top dog when it comes to the streaming platform competition. HBO Max, they added Static Shock,
Boy,
classic cartoon. I used to watch
too
this
classic.
on WB
Yep.
Saturday mornings,
Yep.
and now it's back. I watched the first episode and I was like, man,
Oh,
this is,
it's actually on there now?
yeah, it's on there. You can stream it now.
Man,
Oh man.
yeah, slide me that password right now.
I'm gonna tell you, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, what the hell? This is the cheesiest.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like
Oh.
just the animation and everything.
Just looking
But
back one.
yeah, I mean, but it's not for I don't know. I guess it's not for a 25-year-old, but
I'm still gonna
it's,
watch it.
yeah, it's still cool to see just because I can imagine a 6-year-old watching it. You know,
Rubber Band Man. That's the villain's name.
Yeah, the first episode it was that guy with the like the orange hair or something when they all get caught in this
Oh,
warehouse and the green toxins go everywhere. They all get superpowers and all. I think all of them
dang.
except for Static Shock were villains afterwards. But um, yeah, I watched it. It's pretty funny to see Batman Beyond. They're all on there too, and the Batman animated series. And but yeah, it was cool to see Static Shock. Uh, and also I don't know if we ever talked about this, but Michael B. Jordan, they announced that there's a movie possibly in the works, a live action Static Shock, where Michael B. Jordan he'll produce it, and uh, Static Shock may have like some different type of look, a more modern look. So that would be cool to see how they twist this classic movie. But
Yeah.
how you guys feel about that? Would y'all give it a chance if it were to happen?
Be first one in line, boy. We're pushing everybody out the way. Man, this cartoon is too classic.
Yeah, for real.
Would you be Static Shock for Halloween, Kyra?
I would. I don't know how we'll put it off, but I would.
That's a Jeff outfit.
For real.
Static Shock.
Have a trash can lid as his little hoverboard. I don't know how to pull off the lightning, but
Yeah, Static Shock was the show back in the day.
Yeah, man. Very good cartoons.
Yeah, I remember that show that movie we used to watch and for every Black History Month with Martin.
the cartoon. Oh, Martin and me. I think it's a boy.
It was so sad.
I watched part of it recently.
Dang,
It's so
man.
sad.
I was in elementary. We used to watch that.
It was
I
good,
saw
but it was
I
sad.
saw a
at the-
TikTok where this guy was like him talking about the old days where they had book fairs at school.
Yep.
And when you didn't have money, you would just like downplay it.
Yep.
Your classmates would ask you, "Man, you're not gonna get anything?" Nah, man. I mean, all this stuff don't look so cool. And then like everyone else buying stuff. Oh man, they have $100 bill eraser.
Yeah.
They have a sticker that you scratch it smells like bubble gum. Like the book fair was so fun.
It was. It used to come in the little truck. No.
I know what you're talking about, but no, ours is in the library.
Yeah, some was in the library, but some they had there was mobile
Mhm.
on like a little truck or whatever.
Yeah, at my recreation center, we would have one come like once a week. You could rent out books and you return it whenever you were done. But yeah, the book fair was that was so much fun. But when you didn't have enough money to get everything you wanted, that was rough.
Yep.
It's like going to
used have,
Blockbuster and your
For
mom
real.
said you can only get 2 movies. Like
Damn.
what?
Yeah. Say, I used to get like that's why I got like SmackDown versus Raw. Bro, used to keep them mugs forever.
Movies,
From,
games, everything, bro.
Heck, yeah. Then they had the little they used to sell the snacks. That's where I like found out about the little popcorn like things you could add, like the little seasonings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have one in here right now. I think it's white cheddar.
Oh, good.
Yeah, man.
The book fair, they had the little I don't know, what is it, like a pencil that was like flexible? It was like a eraser or a pencil or something that
It was
you
a
can
pencil.
yeah, that's crazy. I miss those days.
Bring
Yeah,
back memories.
those were good days.
Yo. Much simpler time.
Yep. All right, well, let's go. Let's get into sports.
Let's go.
JJ Watt, he got released by the Houston Texans after playing there for his whole career. So he doesn't know what it's like to play for another team, to suit up in another uniform. But he's a hot commodity right now, one of the top free agents that teams are pursuing. And not just teams, but the players on those teams. A lot of top players on certain teams are recruiting him. DeMarcus Lawrence on the Cowboys, like, hey, come on, number 99. You can stay in Texas. Just drive to Dallas, not too far. And then he's from Wisconsin. That's where he played collegiately at the University of Wisconsin. Then his brother plays with the Steelers, both brothers actually,
Yep.
Yeah,
TJ and Derek.
that's crazy.
And then I just saw that D Hop today said, let's finish where we started. So Arizona, I've seen Tennessee, a lot of teams, basically every team really, except for the Texans, wants this guy because he's going to give 100%. Now he has been known to be injury prone and he's had some pretty bad injuries, which no athlete can help that. But when he is healthy, he's definitely a terror. Like the man, he's basically cyborg himself. Look at that huge brace on his arm.
Yep.
For real.
Like he's been dealing with a lot of injuries, but he was healthy last year. I think he had 5 sacks, and for his age, that's pretty good with a team that really doesn't have another defensive player that is worth any offensive line's attention. So I'm sure he got double team a lot. So out of these 4 teams or any other teams, where you think J.J. Watt lands this upcoming season?
I want to say a family reunion in Pittsburgh, but they broke. Got no money over there to sign.
They don't have the cap space?
No, I think if he signs, he would probably have to sign for like a veteran minimum, right? I don't think that's going to happen.
What's name taking a cut this year? Well, they're talking about Big Ben taking like a $41 million cut. Now, can't be me.
$41 million pay cut?
Yeah.
Small price to pay if you want to win, man.
Yeah,
is this what you want if you're the Steelers organization? Because obviously defense wasn't your issue.
Exactly.
It was the offense in the second half and injuries on the defensive side. So do you need to invest more in the run game or in receivers? They have a big decision to make here with Juju, with him being an upcoming free agent. You see teams like the
Pouncey
Raiders
retired.
Yep, Pouncey retired. So you have to fill in that huge hole that he leaves. So you need a center.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Green Bay, though.
Green Bay.
From Wisconsin. They say he still lives there in the off season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. They have $28 million in cap space from what I've seen today. So I think he's going to go. Like, why not?
That wouldn't be too bad, actually, because he's at the latter end of his career pretty much because of the injuries, pretty much. And then, Aaron Rodgers is going to be done within the next 5 to 7 years. So I think that would be, the nice send-off for him. It'd be nice if the Cowboys got him, but that's looking like we can't even figure out our QB situation. So
no sir.
Yeah, we don't have a cap space.
But I don't see him going to the Browns. Like I seen that was the talk around town, but I don't see that fit there. Like obviously he'll fit on any team, but with the Browns, I don't see it. So I'll go either with the Packers or the Cardinals. Whew. But I'll do the Packers since I think the Cardinals are still missing some pieces, to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're missing pieces to get to the playoffs. And with JJ, as you were saying, with it being the tail end of his career, I don't think it makes sense for Arizona and that young core that they're trying to build.
All right.
You have, Larry Fitzgerald on his way out. They're saying that Patrick Peterson, they may be parting ways soon.
Oh, yeah.
He refuted the report, but once something like that comes out, and that's kind of been circulated throughout the news for years now, it kind of comes and goes. But I feel like at some point it's definitely going to become a reality where those two part ways.
Yeah.
So I don't see Arizona getting rid of one veteran to bring on another one. And then Cleveland, it actually makes sense because you have such a guy like Miles Garrett who is a sack machine
That's
and
true.
just a terror himself, and he's kind of like a old vintage JJ Watt before the injuries, where he was that guy. Like it didn't matter who he was lined up against or who was in front of him, he was basically going to pass him, and if he didn't sack your quarterback, he was going to pressure him
Yeah.
or cause some type of pressure. So I can see him going to the Browns because then a lot of that pressure that's been on him all these years
Mm.
will be taken off because of that beast in Miles Garrett. So it makes sense because he can also sit on the offensive side. Baker Mayfield may just continue to progress as a QB. You have a pretty good passing game. Running back situation is awesome. You have two great backs. You may get some really good assets pretty soon if you get rid of OBJ, depending on what his value is like in the trade market or if they even decide to get rid of him. But either way, you have a pretty good offensive game. But he may be that last piece on the defensive side. So it makes sense, but I don't think he wants to play in the same division as his brother. You have
Nah.
to go up against him twice. I don't think he wants to do that. So I think he'll probably rather stay on the NFC side, and I can see him going to the Packers. Like who wouldn't want to be the QB on the defensive side while you have a reliable QB like Aaron Rodgers? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a great story.
Houston taking L's left and right, man,
Mm-hmm.
and baseball, basketball, and football. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too good for Houston sports right now.
Nope.
They were looking good about 3 years ago. The brow, man, he had re-aggravated his Achilles injury. He had been battling that for a while. Then they played the Nuggets. What was that, Sunday?
Yeah, the
Saturday?
same day the Mavs played the Trailblazers.
Okay. So yeah, Sunday night. Was trying to drive to the basket. I think he bumped into Jokic and re-aggravated the Achilles, and Laker fans, Laker Nation, they were holding their breath, hoping that it wasn't like a rupture or anything. He had an MRI, and it's no rupture, there's no tear, anything like that. It's just he re-aggravated it and just inflamed. So he's out for like 2 to 3 weeks, and reports came out that he'll probably be out until after All-Star break. So we probably won't be seeing him for another month. But how do you guys feel about this injury? And do you think that if he continues to battle this, where he won't be the same AD, because he hasn't really seemed like the same AD. He's averaging 22 points per game. I don't know if he's just preserving his energy for the postseason, learning from LeBron, or if this has been something he's been battling for a while now. But if he can't be at least 70% healthy by the time the postseason rolls in, do you see the Lakers having a huge problem?
I would say before the injury, they look like, they're going to be like the clear-cut favorite, I guess, to like repeat. But I think this definitely cripples them. But I don't think that he has been in the decline. I just think that before he got there, he's on the Pelicans, right? So he had to do everything for that team as far as scoring wise, defensive wise. So I guess he kind of just like taking the back seat, but he's still putting up numbers and everything. But I think he should take his time coming back because it's like the same thing that happened with KD when he is last year on the Warriors, right? Same injury. They tried to rush him back and, just went pop.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So definitely don't rush back. Your team will hold it down for the most part, I would say. So when you can get back. So they'll still be in a position to win without him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Karen. Don't rush him back. But he hasn't been looking like himself. He's down to 71% from the free throw line versus like 84% last year. So that's for me, that's a big cause for concern. His production has gone down pretty much this whole season. It's like he's not looking like the Anthony Davis that you recruited to come to play for the Lakers. Obviously, it could be because the bubble and everything that's going on, having to turn around and start a season back up. So I definitely will rest him for a while because you need him going in the playoffs, right? You can go, honestly, you can literally probably go almost the rest of the season because we're already about to be in March. You can almost go the rest of the season without playing AD and let him get that rest for him to come and dominate in the playoffs where you really need him the most because it honestly doesn't matter where the Lakers finish in the standings. They're still going to be dominant in the playoffs.
Agreed.
They're almost 30 games into the season. So that means they have 42 more games. That's a huge chunk to miss. And then try to get them back
Game
for the
shape.
playoffs. Yeah. But I do think he at least needs to sit out because with the new format that they have for this year, after All-Star break, I think they get another week off or something like that.
Mhm.
Now that they have the All-Star game, I think that week that they were getting off is kind of done with, but I think they still get like a good amount of time. So even with this 2 to 4 weeks he gets off, then I think he gets like another week off. So I think hopefully that'll help heal that Achilles to where every time he takes one bad step or bumps into somebody, it won't re-aggravate it. But it seems to be a tricky injury because I think he said when he played against Memphis, he was feeling pretty well, like he felt like himself. And then that game against the Nuggets, it was like just came out of nowhere that pain, that discomfort that he was feeling. So it just seems like it can come at weird times, like when you least expect it. But
Yeah.
hopefully just some rest and kind of staying off of it will help him because we definitely don't want to see something that can keep him out for the season and sometime next season.
Yep. I want to see that.
We just got KD back. We need to see a fully healthy Nets team versus a fully healthy Lakers team or whoever makes it to the finals. Just in the playoffs, no one's 100%, but you at least want them like not to be injured. Like everyone's gonna play hurt in the playoffs.
Exactly.
That's just what happens after you've been playing so many games during the regular season. But we definitely want to see all these guys compete against each other, so we don't have to hear the same old. Well, this would happen if this person was on the court. Like put an asterisk.
Yeah.
We don't need no more of that. So
Nope. No more.
basketball gods, make sure that the top players actually play in the postseason this year.
Yes.
Speaking of All-Star weekend, the NBA decided in the NBPA, the Players Association, they decided to go ahead and actually have the All-Star game. At first, they're like, with it being a pandemic, there's no need to have it. But I think they decided this would be a great game, and yeah, some charitable opportunities with this as well. So they want to have it, but then you had some backlash from certain NBA players like De'Aaron Fox. He came out and said it just makes no sense to have an exhibition game during a pandemic. We're already postponing our own games that actually count.
Yeah, that's true.
Because of positive cases. So why would you put these guys at risk? And then LeBron James even said not only was he concerned about, being infected or something during the All-Star game or during the festivities, but he also just talked about how we just had a short turnaround the one of the
Yep.
shortest
Yeah.
off seasons in sports history. Why would I want to play an exhibition game when I was looking forward to that whole week off? Because a week for someone like LeBron, who's 36, with a lot of mileage on his body,
Yeah.
is very beneficial for the
Yep.
postseason.
Yep.
So he expressed his concerns, and when he said that, I was like, okay. So the All-Star game, they're gonna just cancel that because
You would think.
once LeBron James says something, it's like, all right, but well, the king has spoken, and
Yep.
there's no need to play this game. But it still seems to be a go, and he is number one as far as
Votes.
as far as votes, fan votes. And then your boy KD, Kyron, you're about 4 million of those yourself.
Yup.
He's number 2
Stole.
overall and number 1 on the east side.
He was like me, trying to tap that new Rihanna picture. I was
But as far as the All-Star game, before we get into like the votes and everything, like the game itself, do you agree with like De'Aaron Fox and LeBron James? Do you think that this is just worthless or a waste of time, and they should be just allowing these players to recover? And also, due to the pandemic, there's no need for them to even risk some type of widespread infection. Or do you think this is good for the fans, and also, as I said earlier, an opportunity for charities, donations, and those type of things like they did last year with the LeBron and Giannis's their foundations and charities that they were going to donate to?
You say the way that All-Star games were played, like in the past, you would say why are they even doing this? Because they wouldn't go out there and play. They wouldn't go out there and play hard. But I think the format of last year and like what we seen last year, as Dylan said, the charities and whatnot, and then how hard they actually played with like the last quarter, whatever. I mean, I'll say I would want to see it, but as far as like the players go, I mean, I can understand their frustration and what they're saying, but yeah, especially a guy like LeBron, he's been in it how long, how many years in a row? So I know he's done with it.
Yeah.
But for other players, they'll probably want to go out there and still do their thing.
I don't see the point of even having the game. Like, the Super Bowl is 2 teams, right? They all come from the same place. They all done the same quarantine. And the All-Star game, you have a mixture of players coming from all type of states, all different cities. And it's like you're bringing them in there for one game, and it's like I don't think
Atlanta at that.
exactly.
Oh,
It's like the risk versus reward there isn't that great. Like you could do something virtually. Like you can do something virtually. Like even they did the Pro Bowl virtually where they played on Madden. You could do something else that can, instead of the game. But them doing the actual game, I think is just, and you're not even having fans like that many fans. Probably it's probably still going to be like at least a certain amount. Excuse me. You're flying all these players in for All-Star games. It's not even going to be full, and you're putting so many people at risk. And it's like it's not worth it.
What do you think about the skills competition, the 3-point contest being pregame, and the dunk contest being at halftime?
wait, what?
That'd be dope. That would be dope, low key. Dunk contest at halftime? That's a long dunk contest, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like the players have to go back out there, like the warm up, the stretching, the layup lines. That has to be like another half hour just for them to get back into game shape.
I remember how they used to do it, like the old All-Star games. They used to like do a impromptu dunk contest at like the last 2 minutes of the game. Like everybody would just like go dunk.
Oh yeah, off the backboard, lobs and stuff. Now players just do that in regular season games because they're freak of nature athletes.
Yeah, I won't even be looking forward to the game. I'll just look forward to Saturday night with the dunk contest. Well, 3-point contest, really.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the dunk
3-point
contest,
contest
the judges are garbage.
Yeah.
and the dunkers.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
It's the
only so
same
much you can
dunk.
do.
They
Yeah,
had some good ones when Eric Gordon
Yeah, for real.
had 2
Aaron
years.
Gordon, Zach LaVine,
They got
they killed
robbed.
it.
Got robbed both times. But
But
we'll say,
you reacted like you didn't like the idea of having those skill competitions during the actual game.
no, I don't see the point. It's gonna take them forever, like you said, to get back in game shape.
Yep.
Why would you do it?
Yeah, I think they're trying to squeeze too much.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I will say, Bradley, my boy Bradley Bill, finally in there.
Yeah, finally. But
In where?
In a losing team. In the All-Star game.
Oh, Eastern Conference taking that, man.
That hasn't been announced yet.
Hell no, he probably. But he number 1 over there on the
Oh
court.
he'll definitely get in. Because like the fan votes is not 100% anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like who is it, writers or do their peers vote them in, or is that I think the coaches or something do
I
the
think it's
reserves?
Coaches, the coaches do the reserves, and then like everybody else, like the writers, do the starters.
Okay. I still don't like the writers having this much power, but hey,
No.
definitely don't want to see the fans either. I heard that oh yeah, you see that? Number
Yeah.
8 on the Western Conference and the guards.
Julius Randle.
What?
Oh no, that's East Coast.
Clay? Why?
Klay
Oh,
Thompson.
God. Yeah, Klay Thompson. That's so crazy.
Alex Caruso, really? Really? Carmelo Anthony, really? Like, come on.
This man here.
Boy, they think this is
Bro.
2005.
What side y'all think is taking it though? It's based off these.
Like my starting 5?
Not just like the conference, East Conference or Western Conference. What side y'all think taking it?
Oh well, if they don't do the whole, where KD and LeBron they get to choose their 12 or their 11 teammates. If it was actually like strictly East versus West, I have to go with East.
Ooh. That's where I'm going to. If it was like this right here.
I got the West all day, every day.
I was thinking about this. Like when we find out the starters and the reserves, most likely KD will be the top guy on the East, and LeBron will be the top guy on the West. So I was thinking, me and Kyron, we pick KD's team. You and Jeff's and Steph Curry's on the West side, and you like LeBron. You pick LeBron's team, and we see if like Albert, we'll see if like he has like Giannis's GM skills where he just picks.
Man.
I'll see the worst players on the ticket.
My that's the funniest thing ever. He was garbage.
This man just said I wanted to be the best one on my team.
Yeah. Like, man, we went and got food one day 7 years ago. So you know what? You're gonna be on my team.
Giannis was like, I thought my all-star team had to reflect my club team. I thought it had to reflect Milwaukee, where I do everything.
Man was tripping.
Well, I would have been in like Chris Tucker off of Rush Hour too when he was in the massage parlor. Him.
I was gonna say, Team LeBron, our first pick, Carmelo Anthony.
Goddamn right.
You're going Jeff.
He's not a reserve.
Jeff gonna say Klay Thompson.
Yeah. That's the NBA fault though for that. You
Goodness.
shouldn't even be on the ballot if he's clearly injured now for the season.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to vote for him.
It's crazy, man.
Kyra, who's your five? Your five starters in the East.
On the east side, let's see, man.
Two guards, three front court.
Ooh, two guards. Let me go to the guard side first because that's gonna be harder. So I'm going with.
Ooh, that's hard.
Oh my gosh.
That's
All
hard.
right then. Damn. All right, front court. We're going with Kevin Durant, of course. We going with Giannis and Jason Tatum.
What?
Oh,
How you not picking Joel Embiid?
Man, I want that dude.
They got like, well, do they still have the best record? in the
yeah,
East?
they're
Yeah,
number
dude.
one in the East. But he's missing games with back tightness, back injuries. Ben Simmons dropped a cool 42 last night against the Jazz. Still took an L, but
Mm.
he
Jazz is
dropped
cold.
42. And I saw a clip where he was shooting corner threes and was just draining them, looking like Steph Curry out there. So he dropped 42. I was like, uh-oh. That man was out there shooting threes. Like 42, all 2-pointers, no way. I looked,
Crazy.
0 attempts, 0 3-points made. I was like, okay, so it is all
That's
twos.
good. That's good.
You said two on the guard side?
Yeah, two guards.
All right. I'm picking. God damn. I'm going to pick Bradley and James Harden.
Oh, over Kyrie?
Yo.
They both missed like 80 games this season.
So I'm going to go with.
Who you got, Dylan?
On the east side, I'm going with Julius Randle, Jeremy Grant.
Oh boy, what?
Hey, Julius Randle is an all-star.
He should be, but not this year.
What? Not this year.
Out of all the years.
No, what I'm saying is, look at the voting. He's not making it.
You should.
You don't think he can make it as a reserve?
No, because what the max was what 15?
12 in each
Oh,
conference.
12. Yeah, he definitely not making it.
Somebody going to
What?
let him in as a reserve, bro.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'm giving it to him over Butler and Adebayo.
I would pick him, but I don't think they will.
If they don't, that's a disgrace. And I'm asking for a all-star voting reform, just like the Hall of Fame. But I'm gonna go with KD, obviously because he's an MVP candidate. Antetokounmpo, just because of his numbers, even though I don't like him as a player. I like him as a person, but as a player, I think he's trash.
Yeah.
Not trash, but he just has limits to his game.
One-dimensional.
I'm picking Joel Embiid because he's also an MVP candidate. Number one in the East. The East is garbage. I looked at it was the Celtics versus somebody. And the Celtics were like in 4th place and they were 13-13. And on the West, a team was like 15-13 or 14-12, and they were like in 8th place.
Yeah, it's
I was
crazy.
like, what?
It's crazy.
So I'm not giving it to Tatum because of that reason. I did hear that he's having like COVID problems, complications. So it's taking him some time to get back in the game shape. But that team, they just don't have the depth that they should have to be a contender.
Yeah.
I love Jaylen Brown. I would love to see him. I hope he also gets into the All-Star game because he is an All-Star. But he's not in my starting 5. I'm gonna give it to Bradley Beal.
Let's go.
It's hard because the team is just terrible, but it's not his fault.
Yep.
Sort of his fault on the defensive side. But he has a beautiful game. Big fan of his offensive game. Um, and man, it's really hard to give it to like Kyrie or James Harden. I was thinking of Trae Young just because he has great numbers, but Atlanta's like in 11th place, and he's the face of that franchise, so it's hard to give it to him.
Mm.
I was thinking Zach LaVine, but he's also in that same boat with Bradley Beal and Trae Young.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to Kyrie just because he's the second highest scorer on the team, even though
Getting
James Harden
buckets.
is killing it. He's like leading the league in assists.
Should have gave it to Fred Van
I'll
Fleet.
give it to James Harden. Never mind.
Obviously, I got to go KD. I got to go with Giannis, and I got to go Embiid. Those are no-brainers, Kyrie.
Oh,
And you got to give it to Bradley Beal. He's in, great basketball. Um, but the Wizards are just garbage. But this is the hard part. Who's going to be the other guard? Like, I want to give it to Kyrie, but I don't know. I can't give it to James Harden just because of like him, not even playing because he decided not to. He's decided to sit out. So, excuse me, he's still been playing great basketball, but I don't know. It's hard. But I guess I got to give it to Kyrie because Kyrie's still been playing great even when he did play. So,
you're going off.
yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of Paul George shots though, where it hits the side of the backboard or he airballs, but he's definitely been going off as y'all said. He dropped 40 last night or 2 nights ago.
Mhm.
Should we give a guy like Bradley Beal an all-star starter spot? Like, does he deserve it? Like, do you take the team record into consideration when he's the guy on the team and the fact that they're in last place or second to last place? How much fault does he deserve for that record?
I don't think all-star voting for him, that should matter.
They should.
He doing everything he can.
Yeah, for real. Because honestly, if that's the case, James Harden shouldn't be this high because the Rockets were garbage. I mean,
Well, he
he
played
should,
like 4 games.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Bradley, he definitely should have been All Star before this year, but All Star voting is it is what it is. It's the best player on whatever teams. It's not like he's going for MVP. So
True.
Okay. I just wanted to get your opinion because I know I've heard where people are weary about giving someone a spot on an all-star team because of their team's success before the all-star break, and then it gets into should you have two players representing one team if their team's not even one of the top 8 or top 4 or stuff like that. Like, should Boston even deserve 2 players from their team
I
to
mean, they
represent?
should. They should. This game is more about the fans than it is anything. So, it's not like they're not playing for anything serious, just a regular exhibition match where you get to see your favorite players in one place. Closest you're going to get to like Olympics. So, yeah, I
And
don't
if they're
see why.
losing, it's definitely not their fault.
Exactly.
It's not Tatum's and Brown's fault that Boston is basically 500.
Yeah. Put them numbers, doing what they, I don't know, they're trying. Just not reciprocating into, overall score.
And they've had injuries. I mean, losing Marcus Smart and Kemba's been in and out of the lineup, and Tristan Thompson. So Yeah, definitely not their fault because they're like the 2 top scorers in the league.
Yeah, this has always been a problem with the All-Star voting for me is the West always have more All-Star votes than the East on both sides, but it seems like, or at least for the front court, but it seems like it's never. I don't know. They need to do something about that because look at the front court on the West side versus the front court on the East side. The numbers are totally different once you get past like the first.
It definitely is.
Yeah, like the 10th person, Melo is like 346,000, and the 10th person on the East side is 282,000. Like it's crazy.
Well, I mean, we talked about the East being garbage, so they don't have the caliber players that the West has.
How the hell does? Oh, never mind.
You're about to, yeah. Let me finish it for you. How the hell does Carmelo Anthony have
Yeah, not
346,812
enough.
votes?
Not enough.
Oh,
How many of those votes are you sending out a day?
346 and 311 are me.
Wow.
this guy.
That other one is LaMelo. He read it wrong. He thought that was his name.
Mm-hmm. Clicked the wrong thing.
Well, on the West side, I'm gonna go with LeBron, of course, Jokic, because he was my MVP when we talked about this a while back. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Kawhi. Not really a fan, but his numbers are better than AD's, and he is the number one option on his team. And then on the backcourt side, I'm also giving it to Steph. I just saw something where he's like it's only him and MJ that have scored like 25 or 28 points per game in X amount of consecutive games. So he's killing it right now, and he's keeping his team afloat because they're about to drown.
No, Draymond is.
I'm surprised Draymond's not on here. He should be right above Zion.
Yeah, especially with the 8-second buzzer beater.
8-second buzzer beater. Bro, that man was tripping that day.
And I feel like it's disrespectful that Donovan Mitchell doesn't even have 1 million votes.
Definitely.
Dame, I just saw what he did Sunday night, and it's like, man, I love my boy Luka. Well, I have a love-hate relationship with Luka. I'm gonna give it to Spider. Best record in the league by far. Like they've only lost like 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
They've won 18 out of 19 games. I'm giving it to them. Well, I'm giving it to him since he's the face of that league. So I'm giving it to him.
Not bad. Mine's pretty similar. I'm gonna go with LeBron, Jokic, whatever his name, Jokic, and I don't really want to give it to Kawhi.
Exactly. I don't want to see that man in the All-Star game.
You want to give it to Brandon Ingram?
It's brother.
I'll give it to him or Christian Wood.
Oh.
Forget Paul George. I don't want to see that either. I'm gonna give it to Zion. LeBron.
Zion, I just saw he's been averaging 28 points per game last 5 games.
Yeah,
that is impressive.
LeBron, Jokic, and Zion, and then I'm going with Steph and Donovan.
Ooh.
Zion in the starting 5.
Yeah, gonna give me some lobs in there. It's All-Star game.
Exactly. That's why our front court is the same kind.
Hey.
We're on the
Zion,
same.
you too?
Yes. I'm not. You don't want to see the claw in the All-Star game.
Nope.
You don't want to see Paul George in All-Star games. Maybe it was 5 years ago, yes, but no, not anymore. But my front court, obviously, Stephen Curry, and unlike you, Dylan, I'm gonna give it to Luka. Luka's been playing amazing. He got to start. Got to.
Oh man, Donovan got to get that starting spot, bro.
Yeah.
And this gonna be like the first time a player has started for the Mavs in like 80 years since Dirk was in. Let's be honest.
What didn't he start last year?
Yeah, but they don't count.
What?
How?
Because the players picked, and it was different. But
It was the same voting format. It was just LeBron wanted Luka on his team, just like he'll probably do this year.
yeah, but it's different.
No, KD might take him because that was Porzingis he was talking about. Never mind. Y'all might as well put Porzingis in y'all front court for the Western Conference. Zion.
What?
Oh no.
So you really want to see old Kawhi Leonard in the All-Star game? That man's the boringest guy ever to play. I don't want to see this man in the All-Star game.
Not if he's playing alongside LeBron or KD.
This man gonna give a little smile here and there.
Yeah. All you gonna do that same little dunk. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Palming the ball.
Yep. He gonna be actually playing.
Who's your one sleeper in each conference that no one probably has on their list, and that this will probably be like their first All-Star game?
Christian Wood and
Yeah, Christian Wood has stayed healthy, but he's been out for a while now.
mm-hmm.
I got Bam from the East.
You don't even like Bam.
Yeah, nah.
I do like Bam.
Oh my! It's the same guy. This is the same guy said, y'all make it seem like Bam is just this guy that's like talented, something like that. He's not even talented.
I never say he wasn't talented. Y'all were hyping him up.
He's basically Eric Dampier.
I say all that now. Bam is cold, and I gave him props last episode. But it's hard to be like, to be that guy when the rest of your team is garbage.
I'm gonna give it to my guy out of the 6 because I think that Kyle Lowry has been the guy to represent the team out of the guards.
Hell no!
But I'm giving it to Fred Van Fleet.
Oh no, buddy. I'm giving it to Sabonis.
Sabonis and Bam were in the All-Star game last year.
Bam was in the All-Star game last year?
Yes.
Oh, Sabonis was too? Oh, he definitely was. Oh, all right then.
I guess Julius Randle, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, not this year. Next year.
I'm saying.
I can say next year. We know how he's going to play next year.
For real.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to fall off the face of the earth.
Out of the West, obviously, this is a no-brainer. I got Melo.
Oh, boy.
No.
They
better give it to CJ McCollum before they give it to him.
They counted him out.
Mm-hmm.
What?
He's been doing
CJ
his thing.
McCollum at the beginning of the season?
I don't care. They ain't the beginning of the season. Melo been keeping this team afloat. CJ been out.
No, he's been a good Robin to Batman, aka Dame Dollar.
Exactly.
AKA Damian Lillard.
And CJ McCollum not even Batman. This man is playing like Joker right now. He's going against the team.
Well, they call Kyrie. They call Kyrie Alfred Pennyworth. That was Carmelo when McCollum was active.
Yep. Man, McCollum was going crazy. Leading scorer of the team.
Yeah, because the coach is garbage. He don't know how to play Melo, man. Don't even get me started.
I'm giving it to another Laker great.
No, I knew he was gonna do it. I knew.
Who?
Oh no,
Alex Caruso.
Heck no.
Oh,
I like him and all, but
Brandon Ingram when he got traded.
Horton Tucker.
boy,
He,
what?
He was going crazy like the first game.
let's go.
Was it even regular season?
No. It was Summer League last year. But he's making it to the All-Star team this year. Let's go.
This ain't the real elections. He ain't no write-in ballot. Right.
I mean, obviously you can look at Klay Thompson. He has almost a quarter of a million votes. He hasn't played in 2 years.
That's crazy.
Makes no sense.
This man said Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony.
Hey, he got more votes than CJ.
I'm surprised Melo doesn't have more votes on the guard side, like on the Easter side for the guards.
Yeah.
The big following he has.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, let's go. Yes, sir. 5-0, baby.
This is fake news. I lost less games than you.
Dang.
No, you didn't.
I'm 20-15.
Yeah, but I'm 23-17.
Oh, because we ain't counting my games that y'all cheated me out of?
Because you were on load management 2 weeks ago. Since you didn't give us your picks, I have to do it by winning percentage. And my winning percentage is just slightly better than yours, but it'll continue to get slightly bigger as starting 5 weeks progress.
And Karen, you about to be out of first place.
Yeah, you keep getting those 3 and 2s.
Yeah.
I'm never picking the Mavericks again.
It's so unpredictable.
And what about the Warriors? I told you don't pick the Warriors. They always lose when we pick them.
It's 3 and 2. I don't even know what games I lost.
You lost the first one, the Rockets versus the Heat. You only want to pick the Rockets. And then you lost that last one. You picked Portland. You picked Dallas to win.
You deserve to lose that game, the first game.
It was a close game, wasn't it?
I don't think it was that close.
I thought it was pretty close.
The final score, I think it was close, but it wasn't that close. The Rockets,
bro. That game, I don't remember.
You picked the Rockets to win.
I don't know what the score was.
I don't remember the score either. But.
Or I thought he was picking the Rockets from the national anthem.
What?
Oh,
the Rockets, Red Claire.
Oh, well, I thought you were about to say Hakeem Olajuwon or something. This man said. Oh my God.
The Heat lost to the Clippers without PG and Kawhi. I think without Patrick Beverly and somebody else. Oh, Nick Batum. And the Heat still lost. Like, what?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
NBA is crazy this year.
It is.
Yep.
Just like Albert's picks. Why did you pick the Warriors over the Nets?
Man.
Smoking.
Because my logic was that
you said Draymond's going to drop 12. I think he dropped 6.
I thought usually when these games happen, it's never the people expect to win to actually win, especially during the regular season. So I figured like, okay, it was going to be an upset. And then, the next time they face each other, then, next they're going to whoop them. That's how it usually goes. Like the first game is never like, oh, okay, the other team wins. And the next game, they just usually kills them.
All right. Well.
Oh, my God.
We can't really talk about this since LaMelo's representative, the guy that runs his fan page on Instagram, isn't here. But I do want to get Albert's opinion on this. First of all, are you upset with the intern that he made Carmelo so small and LaMelo's looking down on him?
Yeah, I am. First thing I seen.
Mm-mm.
LaMelo's like, your time is done. We were talking about people that overstay their welcome. You think that that's Carmelo?
No, definitely not. They counted Melo out, and that's why he's back now.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, I saw on Twitter hashtag Melo or the real Melo, something like that, and I went to check it out, and a lot of people were actually on Carmelo's side that he's the real Melo. Now, someone put out a tweet that started this whole trend, which made the hashtag actually trend. The original tweet was if you were 25 and older, then you consider Carmelo the real Melo, or Carmelo's the only Melo, something like that.
Yeah.
And then other people started to tweet, like retweet, and they were saying it doesn't matter how old you are, he is the real Melo. Or people say I'm 22 and I recognize Carmelo as the real Melo,
Right.
all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
they seem to be on his side when it comes to the name Melo. I already know which side you're on, but just talk to me about why this is even like a conversation and the disrespect. I know that you're fuming on the inside.
It's recency bias. Recency bias. Do you see that guy? That's the only Melo in the world.
The old Washington football team logo. Yeah, that's kind of
No,
offensive.
no, right here. If you were breathing, there's only one Melo. If
Can
you
there not
use
be two
oxygen,
Melos?
nope.
But doesn't it go into the whole Shaq being a hater, like with Dwight Howard and the
Mm-mm.
nickname Superman?
Nope. Mm-mm. They better start calling him La or something. You're not taking LaMelo. I mean, you're not taking Melo from
Could they
me.
call him Lala?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is just disrespect. Melo's been Melo for the last 18 years. Like, come on now. This is not even this. I don't even know why we be entertaining this. This is just disrespectful. Like, do we call Shaq Barrett Shaq? No. We call him Shaq Barrett. Let's stop the disrespect where it is. Let's nip this in the bud right now. It's only one Melo. It's Carmelo Anthony.
I think
That's
Melo
it.
was the first one to have like his own personal brand and actually put like, and he was the first one to like be creative with it. Like he had Melo, and then the L was a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was like the first one to do that. Now you see like Steph Curry with the 30 and the SC, and well, now he has that ugly logo. I don't know why he did a rebrand, but yeah, Melo. I don't know, man. I don't know. When I think of Melo, I think of LaMelo.
Man,
Damn.
you called me back. We're gonna talk about this in a couple of years. Melo's about to be top 8 all-time scorer.
Oh, I'm glad you say top 5. I'm like, what? Averaging 12 points per game.
Yo.
Hey, chill.
After Kyron said he was average, a good night for Melo is 12 points and 5 rebounds. You're like, let me look up these stats, and then you did look up the stats, and I did too. He's averaging like 13.3,
Yep.
Hey,
which is good for him. That's good
exactly.
for a guy that was out of the league for an extended period of time.
Exactly. We forget that part. He's a role player. He's doing what is asked of him. He's not jacking up shots with 8 seconds left on the ball game
He's done enough of that in his career.
from half court. Hey, he makes them though.
Well, first of all, he didn't jack up the shots. There was no time left on the clock because he held the ball for 8 seconds. Doing that same jab, Steph. The same jab step, and no, and everybody knew he was going to shoot the long 2-point shot or the 3-point shot. He wasn't driving to the basket.
Yeah.
Not older Melo. But since Jeff's not here, as I said, before we conclude this episode, I do want to talk about, since LaMelo is basically the front runner for Rookie of the Year, let's talk about the original Melo being robbed coming from you.
Yes.
Let's talk about him being robbed of Rookie of the Year in 03-04 season.
Yes. Everybody knows this. LeBron James only won it because of popularity, just like Zion Williamson getting, oh my gosh. Like, come on now. Zion Williamson on 2K cover. Come on now. This man played like 3 games. Obviously not. But still, like Melo he took a Denver team that ain't been to the playoffs in I don't know how long, off the top of my head, into making the playoffs his first year. Where was LeBron at? He was sleeping. He was at home. Like, come on now. Like, he's the 3rd pick in the draft behind Darko Milicic? Come on. This man. Come on. The disrespect, man. They've been disrespecting Melo since he got in the game. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it from his rookie season and now. Imagine if Melo had that rookie of the year award. You know how much that would have helped his confidence? A lot. But they gave it to old LeBron. They couldn't even give him a Cole award like they've been doing the previous years. I digress.
Oh, man.
Tragic.
That man had me get disrespected for a long time.
He definitely should have won the award because that would have been the only thing he won in the NBA.
Ooh.
So they definitely should have given it to him because LeBron has so many awards on his mantle. Like, he doesn't need that one. That one's probably like at his mom's place or something.
On the trophy, say the one I took from Carmelo.
Oh, man. Well, when we get Jeff back on, we'll definitely have you two battle this one out because obviously, as I said, he's in control of LaMelo's fan page on Instagram. He probably posts on there before he posts on Pod Tie's social media. Well, with that, that'll end episode 45. Definitely interesting. We're living in interesting times, guys.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, it's like Polar Bear Express. Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. Very crazy. But we will see you guys again very soon.
Yep.
Take care. We have some very entertaining content coming up. Kai, Albert, I hope you guys are ready for this battle of the century.
Oh yeah,
Travis Scott.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Versus Future.
We could, Kyle, we even have to meet up. We could just meet up like 10 minutes before and just like, all right, this is it.
Big bangers on bangers.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what Jeff and I are doing. We're just like pressing shuffle on the Travis Scott songs, like even the B list, the B tracks.
Yeah, okay. Until
The B side, that's why the B side.
Not that one.
Can't go wrong with a Travis Scott song. Even the B side.
So that franchise song come on, and then MIA starts rapping. Hey, Young Thug.
Yeah, maybe not that one.
That song,
they killed that song. I still like it, but they killed that song.
I don't like that one.
I don't like it.
All right. Catch you next time. I'm Dylan. That's Albert. That's Kyron. As always, we are Pod Ties. Peace, podsters.
Peace.